Hey, everybody. The two everybody's that are here right now, which is awesome. Hi, Elizabeth. How is your new job going? Do tell, do tell. And Mr. Doing It Wrong, how are you? Look at you. I remember playing Axis and Allies from the original box, The Barracks of Naples, in the mid 90s. There wasn't much to do besides play games. One game could last a whole weekend. Absolutely. Um, And just to clarify this, so in the title I have nerd games. Both of my boys were big into these games and still are. Um, more Magic the Gathering is what they were into than anything else. But so I kind of base what I'm going to talk about on my weekly chat as to things that I may or may not have acquired at an estate sale the weekend before. Hi, Doug, and hi, Cindy. How are you guys? So I did go to an estate sale last weekend, mostly because in the pictures, hi, Maria. They had a lot of these games. Hi, Beth. How are you? And so I decided, Dren and I went. I have a lot of this stuff already. Hi, Lynn. Oh, no doubt. Lots of fun to be had. And sometimes I wonder if people think that I only do household goods, specialize in that kind of stuff. Hi, Glenn. How are you? But I know a lot about a lot, and I know a little about even more. So I decided this week that this would be a good topic to touch on because there are a lot of people. Hi, Gina. How are you? Who are aware of these games, especially in our age group, because that's what we played. We didn't have, we are, hi, Judy. We are the generation, our generation, I'll be 55 in May, that started with the Ataris and the Nintendo. Did you cut the kids some more money on the nesting doll? Oh, that's hilarious. He's got a pretty good eye. He knows. Every time we go somewhere and he's with me, he'll be like, Nanny, I think you could sell this. So I'm teaching him, but I don't think it's something that he really wants to do. That's all right. He's only 8, right? What's new with you, Dave? How's it going? Badger's Life is Here, Heads and Feds game from the 1970s. For sure. So my boys had about an hour and 20 minutes bus ride both ways. And that's a long bus ride. So they started off playing cards, fish, poker, whatever, I don't know, on the bus. And then they started playing Magic the Gathering. And I remember that when the last one graduated from the bus, which was his junior year, because he went to Washington State has a program called, I can't even think of what it's called right now, but they can do their last 2 years in school. They can go to community college. So he graduated with 12 credits short of having his associates. But the bus driver was like, I'm so sad to see them go. This has been the best bus route, because they would all sit in the back of the bus and they would play cards, and it was quiet, and the bus driver just loved her route, and I can't say I blame her. Magic the Gathering is still quite huge. My oldest boy is 36. My youngest, that's Dren's dad, he's 36. He's in LA, and my youngest is 30. My youngest worked for the Boys and Girls Club for 3 years while he was going through getting his bachelor's degree. And I don't know that he's doing too much of it. He's not volunteering with them anymore, but he started several clubs teaching the kids how to um, play Magic. And so he's had a couple of friends that quit playing Magic and have donated their cards to him. Every time I find them, I buy them and I donate them to him. And his brother donated a lot of his cards to him. So Ryan has thousands of Magic the Gathering cards. Someday we'll sell them, someday we won't. You washed so many of those Magic cards, my oldest son would leave them in the pockets and I forgot to check. That's okay. That means there's less of them out there, which makes the ones that are there more desirable, right? So, I guess you could Pokemon, they kind of based the Pokemon card game similar to Magic the Gathering. And if you guys don't know, there is an app called TCG Player, TCG Player, that you can download on your phone, and you can scan the cards and it'll tell you what they're worth. And you can even scan the cards and sell them to them right there. It's pretty neat. And it will help you if you have them, if you want to see if they're valuable enough to sell. Some are, some aren't. My oldest son has a box of them in his store, and they sell every once in a while, so that's where it is. But doing it wrong, it's on my phone. There you go. You got to have it. I mean, even, I don't know how many of you guys ever go to the Goodwill bins, but lots of times I'll run across cards in the bins and I'll just gather them all up. If they're Pokemon cards, I just bring them home for Dren. He puts them in his collection. He thinks he's got something. He's going to be smart enough here pretty soon to know he does. Anyway, so let's get into this. We have 15 people in here. That's enough to start. The first thing that I want to do is talk about what is a strategy game. A strategy game or a strategic game is a game, a board game. We're talking about board games. Almost all of these games are on the computer now too, right? So is a board game in which the players' uncoerced and often autonomous decision-making skills have a high significance in determining the outcome. Almost all strategy games require intel, decision tree style thinking, and typically very high situational awareness. Strategy games are also seen as a descendant of war games and define strategy in terms of the context of war, so on and so forth. And you can go down, you guys can look this up yourself. I just wanted to put this out there. However, let's go away from here for a minute and let's go to this site right here, Ranker. Hi, Harry, how are you? This site right here, ranker.com, shows when I put in top strategy games, board games of all time, something like that. And this is one of them. So, because I want people to understand that, I guess we better go back up here to the top. The best strategy board games. It's not just these war games. So this right here, you see 353 and 167. These are voted on by people. So chess, we all know chess is a strategy game. Risk, Ticket to Ride, Settlers of Catan, Axis and Allies. And we will be talking a lot about that game because I have several of them. But not all Axis and Allies is worth money. And you guys you really, really, really must comp these and make sure that they're all there. Seven Wonders, Go, Dominion, Backgammon, Scrabble, Power Grid, Strategio, Diplomacy, Acquire, Dungeons and Dragons, Risk, Battleship. I had it on the Checkers, Coup, Mahjong, Pay attention to this right here, Mahjong. If you find the older ones, these can go up into the thousands. Same with chess games. You have Ticket to Ride. Glenn's got a ticket to ride. That's all the singing you're getting out of me. Woo, we're going to get copyrighted for my horrible voice. So you can go down here and check out all of these games. Illuminati. That's interesting. So, I mean, there's just Star Wars, X-Wing, Rebel. There's so many different games that it's not even funny. So, let's take that off of there. Stopped in to say it. Oh, you're going to bed. Harry's off to Camp Wakasaki. Thanks for stopping in, Harry. So don't expect to get a lot of these games for cheap. You're going to have to pay up for some of them. And if you don't feel like paying up for them, then don't buy them. One thing I will tell you right now, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you already know, take the time to open them up and look through them and make sure all the parts are there. Now, I did not do that with the games that I bought at this estate sale. Thanks, Noel. I'm going to record that little song clip. You have serious problems. Oh, I'm almost over my bronchitis, which is great. I've finally been able to start getting some good coughs, and I'll tell you what, I'm feeling a lot better. So I may mute myself from time to time just because I don't want to make you guys suffer listening to me cough. But it has gotten a lot better. So, and so we have board games. You have a lot of these board games that were made into PC games, and some of them have been made into Wii or Nintendo or whatever. Make sure all the parts are there first. Axis and Allies. I know, right? Okay, so I'll tell you why I didn't go through these. Number one, I know the estate sale dealers. Number two, it was about 2 hours before the end of their second day, and they still had a lot of the games left because they had them priced fairly high. This one right here, Axis and Allies Battle of the Bulge, they had it priced at $95. That's not a bad price. More than I wanted to pay, and I didn't pay that much. But let's see. I don't know if it's this one. Nope. Let's just take a gander here. These are sold pre-owned Axis and Allies Battle of the Bulge. Would you have paid $95 for that, knowing that you could come close to tripling your money on it? Hi, Carl. How are you? It was an epic phone call day with the old feller for, oh my goodness. Hi, Brett. So curious. This one sold January 20th, 2022. They took a best offer, not sure. That's probably what I'll list that at. Would you guys have spent $95 on that game? I looked every one of those games up, because if you look up just regular Axis and Allies, it's not going for much. It is going for, let's see, I feel like I pulled it up here. Just plain old Axis and Allies is only going for like $40. Of course not. Triple double isn't worth it for me if stuff is missing. Well, I didn't pay that much for it, and I did actually go through these two, and they're all there. However, this guy was so anal with his games and stuff that he didn't just have the games. He had boxes of game pieces that he never opened. I did not pay $7 for that either. that he bought just extra parts for. I bought 4 boxes of this stuff that he never opened up. That stuff goes for pretty good money. You need to get a second phone to call yourself, and then you'll have an easy out. Oh, that's hilarious. Not only did he have boxes of those, he had 3 of these that just have all of these tokens and games in it. Now, somebody just sold a lot of these chips for $25. I have just a drawer full of the chips, and there's this one just has clippies in it, so that's office supplies, right? This one, dice, and the dice block. It's just the case. But so 3 of these, I think I paid $5 a piece. So I knew that even if there were a couple of pieces missing from them, that they're here. And so this is the same estate sale company that I got all the Radco stuff from. But this guy was very, as a matter of fact, several of these games he never even played. He never finished he never even punched all the stuff out. And so it's amazing that he's had these. He had these for this long. So I got a significant deal because I think they thought people were coming. I was watching them, look at them. They didn't want to pay the prices. But I thought to myself, they didn't really know, in my opinion, what was there. I got quite a bit off because I just bought them all. I looked at them all. I stood there and looked them up. The gal's husband and I talked about a lot of the stuff, and he took quite a bit. As a matter of fact, Axis and Allies, the anniversary edition, he had it marked quite high, and he took almost $30 off of it. Feel sorry for those guys. They need to join a club to play. Join a club to play a board game. Hi, Ella. How are you? So let's look at some of these board games, because and then we're going to look at Magic the Gathering. We're going to look at some Scrabble games. We're going to look at chess and checkers. Do they cover back at you? Hey, Miss Jenny, how are you? So let me share on another site that I looked at. They had these listed as the top 10 board games of all time. I don't agree with them, but who am I? Star Wars Rebellion. And I didn't pull them all up. I pulled them all up. I only pulled the ones up that I felt had a good resale value, if that makes sense. This is a sealed copy, if you can find that somewhere. So it's pretty sought after. And we have Blood Rage. Hi, Lisa. How are you? And you guys, if you can pick one of these games up for 50 cents or $1, because it's not all there, the box will sell, the pieces will sell, right? Especially these strategy games that have these intricate pieces like this. You have Gloomhaven. This one has a really good sells for a really good price as well. And it also has lots of parts and pieces. That's one thing that's nice about these strategy games like this is it's very easy to make some money on the pieces. Here is another good one to look for. I have never heard of this game, which means nothing, but I know what it is now. Mechs, as in mechanics, I believe, versus Minions, League of Legends board game. Used on eBay, 76 is what it's listed for. I'm not going to go into too much detail on a lot of these games. So, Axis and Allies, Guadalcanal board game. This one is worth your time and it's worth some money. Who did I miss? Nobody. I don't want to be tempted again either. Uh-oh. What happened? Hi, Barb. How are you? I see you sneak in there. Axis and Allies has been around for quite some time. Oh, I'm sorry, Liz. Feel better. And this game is consistently selling in the $200 range. So for pre-owned, if you can find it sealed, you're that much further ahead. I'm only looking at the pre-owned ones right now because that's what most of us get. If you have a sealed copy, it's even more. Here is another Axis and Allies, Battle of the Bulge. It's consistently selling for, $150. The higher ones up are pre-owned. This 149, pre-owned 106. That one was just recent. Who knows? I didn't look up to see how many. Let's see what we got for listed on this one. Battle of the Bulge 189, 199. So there's only a couple of those ones listed. So you're doing well there. Good night, Harry. Thanks for stopping in. Yes, Dark Tower. Dark Tower is a good one too. Lots and lots of money there. Dungeons and Dragons. Lots of money in Dungeons and Dragons. Not just the games. You have the pieces. There's so many different versions of it. There are so many different cards. There are so many different little men's. Then you have here's an original 1974 Dungeons and Dragons white box set. Very, very rare. There you go. A lot of people won't look at this stuff. They think it's demonic or the box is all beat up. That's all right. We'll let them do that. Here we go. This is a whole system. So you have Castle Ravenloft, Wrath of Ashardalon. Anything D&D that still says TSR. Gotcha. Can you talk about affordable ways to ship board games? Yep, you charge the customer. That's the affordable way to ship it. If they're going to spend money on something like this, they will pay to have it shipped. However, and another thing about shipping board games is you guys put the cards in Ziploc baggies, put the little men in Ziploc baggies, put the pieces in Ziploc baggies. If you need to put, when somebody's paying a lot of money for a game, you need to protect every piece possible. Put tissue paper down in the little holes on the top of it. Don't tape the cover to the box. If you have saran wrap in your kitchen, saran wrap it shut. If you have the stretch tight it shut. And then wrap it in bubble wrap and use the number 7 box or multiple number 7 boxes. There is actually the if you're going to do it through the USPS, they do actually have what they call a game board box. It is basically just a large flat rate shipping box that is flat and wide, but it's the same price. They have two different size, two different configurations um, of the large flat rate shipping boxes. They have one that's like a square, and then they have one that's like a rectangular one. But you are going to get more bang for your buck if you ship it through either Federal Express or UPS. It's going to be cheaper. Anything that is 2 pounds or less is going to be usually cheaper through USPS, and anything 2 pounds and over. Hi Heidi, how are you? Poshmark. Oh, that's a good place to sell, but Poshmark doesn't have the you're not going to get the prices on Poshmark for some of these games that you're going to get on eBay, Mercari, or Amazon if you sell on Amazon. Obviously, you're going to get more bang for your buck if you sell on Amazon than anywhere else. So I don't deal with Amazon myself personally, but I know a lot of people that do. So USPS, USPS 2 pounds and under. That's your best price. And then you can do Federal Express and UPS on eBay. You can also, I usually do UPS through Pirate Ship. It's a little bit cheaper. And Pirate Ship isn't cheaper on everything. You have to look, but a lot of stuff as far as UPS goes and whatnot, and international shipping is cheaper through Pirate Ship. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But I absolutely do not. This is me. You guys, everybody has their own shipping model. I do not do free shipping. I do not do free returns. I am top rated, and I don't have any issues whatsoever. I haven't had any issues. Knock on wood. Okay, something. So we were touching on Magic the Gathering, and I wanted to go into that real quick because should probably go. And I told you guys about TCG Player app. Let's look that up. So TCG Player is it's an online store where you can go and get prices, you can buy stuff, you can get card sleeves, deck boxes, you can have stuff made for you, but they have all of this stuff. They've been around for a very long time, and they are a very good site to go and get Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, card fights, Dragon Ball, all of these different ones. Here you go. For supplies, they have all of this stuff. But see this symbol right here? There's a little bit of a lag, I can see. I would probably, Jenny, I would never, myself personally, put any of this kind of stuff on Poshmark. I really feel like the people that buy this stuff are not looking for it on Poshmark. That's just my personal opinion. See this TCG Player app right here? That's what you want to do. You want to Google this on your phone, and you want to get this app if you have anything to do with any of those cards that I just showed you. And you literally just scan the cards with you. It's the coolest thing ever. You want to know how it works? There's lots of videos on it. Anyway, so that is something I wanted to show you, but let's go over here. It's not just about the games. It's not just about the cards. Let's just go right here. Magic the Gathering. This is everything. Cards, foils. I probably, unless you could see every one of them. This is Magic. You're going to know what these go for by having looked them up on that site. Okay? However, I have found so many of these deck boxes in the bins, and they go for a good amount of money. Now, these little tiny ones, maybe not so much so, but they come in bigger sizes. They come like this deep and this long, and some of the older ones are highly collectible for the artwork that is on them. I was looking to see. I found like 5 of them one day at the bins in a bin. This is years ago. Right here. This is kind of what I'm talking about. This one isn't one that's who is this? You sell us. So $8. Somebody wrote on this, but you see the artwork on here and the name of the I'm going to say, let's see if he put it in here. No. The name of the deck. It could be. Somebody help me out. eBay has a built-in function for their app that works for Magic the Gathering and Pokemon also. Yes, they do. You can scan cards like TCG Player does. Haven't really used it. I haven't used it either. My son didn't want to use it. And I can get that. So, even it's just like you hear a lot of people say even the parts sell. Well, for Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and some of the other games, Dragon Ball Z, any of those older, more collectible games, even the parts sell. Here's a theme deck Magic the Gathering sealed box. So this is a brand new box somebody bought. And these are dual deck box and deck protector. So it's just kind of amazing to me. I know this because I've been buying Magic cards for years. I supported the habit, which is okay. And now I'm supporting the Pokemon habit because the little guy, well, he has a Magic deck, don't get me wrong there. He's learning to play Magic too. So let's go here and look. Oh, I don't want that one. Barb. Sorry, I'm going back up here in the chat. Oh, what game was it that you said, Barb? My head's already fried. Dark Tower. That's where it's at. That is where it's at. This is one of the ones that I know that a lot of people look for. And as well, it has a good sell-through price too. $239, $298 used. This is like a holy grail for some people to find. And I'm going, that's okay, Barb. I'm right there with you most of the time on that whole distracted part. Sorry, I was just making sure I was caught up with you guys. So there are games out there that I will never know. Same with all of you guys. There are games out there that we walk past all the time that we probably wouldn't even look at because it's been around forever. Here is Risk, the Lord of the Rings. There are many of them. And then you have different versions of it, right? I should have pulled this up on eBay. Depending on what you have, if you don't have the ring, don't buy the game. This game right here is well packaged. Like, I don't think it was ever used. I don't know what the listing says. If this was my game and it was used, every single one, I don't see the ring in there. Do you guys? I have this game. I bought it. I can't remember what he wanted for it. $199, you guys. Brand new would be my guess. On Amazon. Dark Tower and Fireball Island have been your Bolo White Whale list forever. Oh yeah. I don't know that I ever knew. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Dark Tower and Fireball Island. Let's look that up right now. I feel like I know what it is. I need to look at it to see. There's so much. There's so much, you guys. Here we go. Let's look at the vintage one because that's the one we want to look for. Okay, yeah. This is in box and 99% complete. And they're asking $379 for it. The box actually doesn't look too horribly beat up. I mean, it was obviously played with. It's got some little notey notes there. That's always nice. Let's see what it's missing. Box has quite a bit of storage where there is one of the little black plastic tokens missing, but otherwise the game is complete. So you must be talking about these. Well, la-ti-da. That's all of everything else is there. You can't beat that. Just a tip, I cannot say how many times I've found the ring in modern jewelry lots. Actually, almost no one recognizes it as a game piece. Oh, that does not surprise me, Lissa. I will find it. I did buy this. And the ring is actually, looks like it could be a piece of jewelry, I suppose. We could do this. So if you see it, does it say My Precious on it? I think it does. It's not very big. I mean, it's not, it is metal, but we all know. Hi, Annie. How are you? So it's one of those things. Risk is probably, of all the strategy games that I played and suffered through, I shouldn't say suffered. Risk is one of the games that I enjoyed playing with my brothers the most, and we played it a lot. I feel like we played it a lot of all the games that we played. Risk and Scrabble are my two favorite games to play. Anyway, so, and there are about as many different versions of Risk, I feel like, as there are of Monopoly. And not really. There's so many versions of Monopoly. It's not, you can have a Monopoly made for yourself. You could have Crazy Maze Monopoly. How are you? So I mean, they have so many different forms of Monopoly. It's almost beyond pathetic. But many of them are super collectible. And you know, as Kevin, Commonwealth Picker, always says, when in doubt, part it out. Some things are worth parting out, some things are not. So these games like Fireball Island, you could absolutely part out, and it wouldn't surprise me. Let's just look that up. On the old eBay. Let's look. Fireball Island board game parts. $20 for two of these, of that little token that he was missing the one of. So, if your box is shot, you may want to think seriously about parting the pieces out, because you will get a lot of money. Hi, Marie. How are you? Farm Girl Scavenger Monopoly. Oh boy. Woo. Thank you, Marie. Well, you guys are on it. I don't think I could do that Monopoly, Marie, but that was a good idea. That would be a good merch, right? Not. So you could go with Dark Tower board game parts. Holy moly, this guy's got one list here. Just the tower part for 99, and it's not working. Dark Tower repair board game, restoration service and warranty. These guys are going to fix your game for $65. There you go. Swap, trade, repair, Dark Tower parts. Wow, this is getting serious here. Dark Tower board game, new motor, professional, clean. Boy, these guys are. I don't know why he showed an empty box. Don't be that person. $59. This one doesn't work. So I mean, this is just for the art print ready to frame. There's a game called Hotels from Milton Bradley in the late 80s that can go for good money too. I've been looking for it, but for myself was one of my favorite games when I was younger. Hotels, huh? Let's check it out. What did you say it was? Oh my goodness. Yep. I guess you're probably not wanting to purchase it off of eBay, are you? I will keep my eyes open for that. Anyway, all right. So, hotels. We talked about Fireball Island. Let's look at chess games. Chess games can be very lucrative. Here is just a wooden one. Here's a handmade Salvo Black. The reason I left, here's 24 karat solid yellow gold king chess piece. One piece. There was a cool one that I could have sworn I saw. Here, Lucite. $240. Educational. It just goes on and on and on. Anything, the little travel size ones, those go really, really well. People like to buy them to have in their motorhomes, whatever. This one's really cool. Let's check it out. Hotels sounds scandalous. Scandalous, Doug. Look at this. Chess set, wood chess, desk lamp, exclusive chess, exclusive gift board, game lighting. Boy, that's a mouthful. Is this Macari? Etsy. Beautiful. But that took some time to make. $690. This is one to look for. Crusaders chess set with handmade solid wood chessboard. These guys don't joke around with their games. And my oldest son played chess a lot. His first grade teacher thought it was a great game, which I agree with him, to teach the kids math and strategy and other things, hand-eye coordination, patience, you name it. Monopoly came to mind when you said hotels, right? For sure. Then you have checkers, same thing for checkers. Then you can get the this one right here has 3-in-1. You have chess, checkers. Boy, where did it go? Chess, checkers, and backgammon. That's the one you want for your motorhome right there. Dick's Sporting Goods doesn't need to know where I am. All right. How many of you guys are familiar with Warhammer? There is so much Warhammer. It's not even funny. There's board games, but these little pieces are what I want to focus on, because let's look here. $40K Army Iron Hands. These little pieces are hard to identify. And then there's pieces that you can get and you can make. Now, I bought out, this was 3 years ago. Had to have been. Excuse me. These pieces come in all different sizes and shapes. And this guy's missing part of his arm, and this one's pewter. Superior Models, 1978. This guy right here is worth about $60, even with a broken hand. I feel like I have his hand in here. There are so many different kinds. This one's like a copper looking. This one's tiny and it's a skeleton. So you can spend, and I have. You're familiar enough with Warhammer to know I don't ever want to get involved with making an army for it. These little pieces, I did not spend $5. That's what they were asking, and whoever bought it paid $11.25. These little pieces come like this. Warlord games. And you can paint them however you want. You can buy little platforms for them. And like they started, you can see how they started to paint this. And then these little these are copyrighted little shields that are decals that would go on these little shields. We got two guys hanging on to each other for dear life. One sheet of these decals is $5. And when I say one sheet, I mean one sheet. And see how that has the hole cut out in it? Well, that hole cut out in it will fit over. This guy's sword is in my way. Will fit over this little bumpity bump. See if there's one here. It doesn't have a sword. So when you do your decal, we'll go over that. Is stepping on, no, this is worse because this will penetrate into your foot, Marie. So yeah, but I'm sure, so I got rid of thousands of dollars worth of Legos when my kids were little for having to step on them, and they never put their Legos on the floor again after that, but they lost a lot. I sold them to the local real estate lady. She wanted them for kids to play with in her office. Okay, so I went into the closet and I pulled out Justin's box of, Justin is my oldest son, Dren's dad, of this kind of stuff, which is actually my stuff that he was supposed to list in his store, and he got tired of it. He is one of his very good friends for years, owns a card shop and does all of these little things. And it was so funny because I was desperately trying to identify so that I could list them properly, because if you can get them identified and they're older figures, they're worth a lot. They're worth a lot of money, you guys. These, and especially if they're pewter. So Superior Models Inc. I don't know. I mean, we can do, let's see. Let me do this. Let's go here. $1971, I think it said on there. 1978. I don't know what the heck that is. Let's just do that. Computer Monster. And would help if I spelled right. So let's just go look at the images. Mine is, how big is mine? He is about 3 inches. You see these prices? 1988 pewter metal ray lamb magic keeper wizard. If I wasn't using my phone to watch the chat, I would, here, let me I'm not going to be able to talk to you guys for a minute. I'm going to Google Lens. This could be a goblin. Let's just Google Lens it real quick. see what I can find. Fangs and talons, that's not him. And this is the pain. Mummified fairy, nope. Of identifying these things. So if you just did a few here and there, that's so worth. I think I paid $20, and I've made that over and again. I'm gonna put goblin in and see if that will do. I think 1978, 3-inch. Might want to separate that pewter. Should have put figurine in there too, huh? Another thing with trying to identify some of these that a lot of people don't know is people make these themselves. They make molds for them. They take parts and pieces. Lord of the Rings. Let's take pewter out of it. Goblin. This is how I research, you guys. Figurine is spelled wrong. It'll correct it for me. Figurine. So some of these pieces, it's worth it to take the extra time to try to identify. And then if you can't, then you're just gonna go and do this. You can't spend 3-inch. Can't spend a million years doing this. Find something that's close to it and just use that listing and price it high. Always price it high. You can always come down on your price. I tell you guys that all the time. Probably get sick of hearing me say it. You can always come down on the price. You can't go back up. So these pieces are great because he just barely started doing anything with them. I mean, I paid more for this than I should have. Why? It's a learning experience. Not really, because I knew what I was getting into. I paid for these that she bought from London. These came from a shop in London. All of this stuff right here, I know where they came from. I have the sales receipt. They didn't know what to price them at. These things right here, the little figurines, they might be worth about $30, the whole lot of them. I bought them for these. This is where I'll make my money on this. Don't be afraid to buy this stuff, you guys. You Googled, there are 34 different races of armies for Warhammer. Yep, for sure. Not only are there 34 different races for Warhammer, gonna go, hope to see. I have one that'll be coming out in the next day, Barb. So yeah. Have a good night, Barb. Thanks for stopping in. And on top of it, it's Eric, right? Doing it wrong. Isn't your first name Eric? Slap me if I'm wrong. I don't know why I'm having a brain fog on your first name, because I should know it like the back of my hand. It's been a long week. Been a long couple of weeks. Is the week over yet? There are subsets to the subsets to the subsets. Thanks, Swamp. Of all of these different little things, and it gets really deep. But these people, men and women, that collect these things and paint these models will spend a lot of money for these items, and it is their pastime, just like anybody else's little hobby that they have, and they will spend a lot of money on it. And a lot of them, why not I slap her? Jeremy, oh my goodness, I don't know why I cannot remember that. I'm sorry, Jeremy. I'm writing it down right now because I'm going to remember this. So when you see those little figurines, think about it real hard. I mean, you can just take pictures of them and do a random listing and probably sell them for pretty good money. But if you can figure out what they are, and then sometimes you're never going to figure out what they are because they were somebody's that they made themselves. And that's the only reason that I know all of this is because Justin's friend who owned the shop, when I was going through, then when Justin came home from LA because the pandemic started, I just gave them all to him, and I said, all right, buddy, you need to separate all of these. And he spent 2 days, came home for Christmas before the pandemic, and I gave him all the stuff, and he spent about 5 hours, and he identified most of them, and I listed those in my store and I sold them. Then I was just like, I'm not messing with these right now. I had bigger fish to fry. But I got his 12-gallon tote out of the closet because I wanted to show you guys some of these, and I thought he had another Axis and Allies. These little ones right here, this is a subset of one of the Warhammer games. And if you're lucky, you guys, they will have writing on the bottom of them. Some of the Dungeon and Dragon ones that go, this little guy, I showed him to you a minute ago. He's a skeleton warrior, which I think is actually pretty dang cute. I'm not cute, but cool. It's totally fine, Janice. You're not good with names either. There you go. There you go. Even these guys right here, they're a Japanese army. And I mean, I don't know how well I can show you. And when I say they make their own, somebody will buy this collection. And if you can see this metal piece right here, there's just heads on that. So you can take those heads and put them on the body of something else, are just the first part of 40,000. The paint sets for them are about as big of a market. 100%. 100%. Hey Chris, how are you doing? So they come in different shapes and sizes. Both of these are pewter, by the way, and the older ones are pewter. This is this is also a skeleton warrior, I think. I think this is a Japanese or Chinese army guy. It's hard to tell. And these ones don't have any writing on them. Then you will find this one was handmade to go with something. Could have been this guy. Don't know. If you have these pieces that are broken, I'm pretty sure that this might have been a Dungeons and Dragons piece. I don't know. Someday I'll figure it out. Good night. Mia, is that correct? Crazy May's Stash. How was your trip at the bins, Chris? Here's a whole nother set. You guys will see these. $2,000 Whiz Kids. I'm trying to remember what game these go with. Firestorm maybe, because that's the cards that are in the case with it. I don't know. This is the 2001 Third World Games. So, I mean, the amount of games. You've got Magic the Gathering. What is this? Oh my gosh. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! You have Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I got it all, you guys. It was fun learning to be fast at the bins. I'm not fast. I don't go fight in the new bins. Dead Lands Lost Colony Showdown. Galactic Empires. There are so many different strategy games and card games that go. It'll get better each time you go. Don't let them wear you down. What the bins is a guilty pleasure that I try not to go very often, but I've gone twice in the last couple of weeks because I hadn't gone for so long. Dren likes to go there. He couldn't go, and now he can, but he's in school too. So, but that's one of his favorite places to go. Maybe go back. Don't know yet. Yeah, go back. Just take it easy. All right. Then you have your strategy guides. Warhammer Ancient Battles. They wanted $12. They did not get $12 for it. I bought every strategy guide that they had, and I comped every strategy guide that they had. And these sell for a lot of money. This one sells, let's look it up. Let's look it up. Let's go to, since when I was still talking to you. Doug gets $5. Oh, that's hilarious. I hate it when that happens. Now I gotta share. That was hilarious. I don't even know why I managed to make it as far as I did. All right. That's funny. I looked down at my phone to see what you guys are talking about, and I see this. Doug, $5, says she's still talking to us, and then Marie, give her a minute. And I was like, what? Oh man. Hi, Amy. Oh heavens. All right. Where was I when I did that? Not that. I was looking up strategy guides. If you get enough of, okay, so mine is a historical ancient battles. 7 of them sold for $212. You guys can see all of that. I'm still here. That's her. All right, we're good. Some of them go for quite a bit of money. I feel like when I looked this one up and I scanned the barcode real quick and looked it up, that it was going for $30. Here it is, right here, 35. This is the one that I have. That one. I ended up paying $2 a piece for all of the manuals that I got. I think they were really scared that they weren't going to sell. So, and as you can tell, some of these, and it's just the same. It's the same. Where am I? Here's StreamYard is clear over here. I need to close some of these other boxes so that I can get StreamYard back over here so that I don't mess it up again. Hi, Danielle. How are you? So this one is going for 35. You have Spartacus. That's Warhammer historical. Here's another Warhammer historical. Here's another Warhammer historical. This is not a historical, but it's Warhammer Fall of the West. You saw that I showed you that group of the historicals that sold for, and I have 3 more. I don't know where all the people go. Usually I have quite a few more people in here, but I noticed that Dominic was doing a premiere tonight too. So I don't know, but that's all right. Not to jinx it. Did I really? Don't say that. I've been really good. You're going to jinx me. So, you got strategy games. Then you have what some people may not think of as a strategy game: Scrabble, chess, backgammon. What was the one that I told you guys not to let me forget about? The Mahjong, because I can talk. Those and that is similar to dominoes, only it is, I don't know if it's Japanese or Chinese based. Some of those can go, I don't even know how to let's do this. Am I sharing? Let's see if we can pull that one up again. RTS. Which one was it? Okay, I think I had to do this one. Was Rankers, was what that was in. That's spruce. Here we go. It'll be in here, and then we'll look it up. Yes, Marie, you got it. It's a Chinese game. Thank you, Chris. Some of these, the nice thing about this site, Ranker, right here, is most of them it says buy on Amazon, but it does show other ones. So let's go back here to MAHG, and let's go to images. Let's do this. All right. $1,350, antique rare. Let's look this one up. Jan, my friend Jan Antiques from Karen, she just found one of these at her mom's house. Let's look at this one, and then we'll look at the box that it's in. When you guys see these boxes, look at them. Always open the boxes. You never know what you're going to find. With the rosewood box. Pretty cool. So let's go back. Well, you know what? It's not going to let me do it this way. So let's do, and they come in Bakelite. Let's do this. Let's go here, here. Let's see what, let's see. These ones right here that are, I mean, it's almost a given. I could probably go right down here and just look at these. Ended recently. Shipping highest first. All right, here we go. $5,600. And that's, let's just look at this. This looks similar to the one that Jan just found. I only saw a couple pictures of it. And let's see if it's going to be nice, and let us zoom in on them. Probably not. You see those collars there? It would not surprise me if these are celluloid or bakelite. They don't know. It looks like they are a little thicker than current tiles. Carvings, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Chess pieces and sets, yes, 100%. We were looking at those little bone. Yes, they're probably bone. We like the old game called Dragon Masters. Oh, yeah, that's a good one too, Danielle. See, this is what I love about having all you guys in the chat, because that's kind of cool. Bag 3 zipper pink, because we all complement each other so well that what I don't know, you guys do. Somebody in the chat knows a little bit or a lot more about something than I do, and that is amazing. Here is that one that we were looking at. Looks like it sold for $8.95. That's just amazing. I don't know how many of you guys realize how priceless these are to people, and just how much they're worth to somebody. And I think that I know that I do. This one's Bakelite vintage. People will buy these ones that are Bakelite, and they will make jewelry out of them. Isn't that pretty? But that took a while to set that up. They have more patience than I do. That's very pretty though. Frankly, I think games currently in development and funded on places like Kickstarter will be future collectibles, especially the exclusive merch for the funders. Oh, I agree. They can also be in ivory. Now, you can sell some ivory depending on the age of it, depending on a lot of conditions. And yes, you can sell some of it on eBay. However, there are very, very, very strict rules. Don, the auction professor, has done an extremely thorough video on that, on aging your, as in knowing how to test your, look at it and see how old it is. So, the best thing is if you know it's ivory and you don't know how to test it, don't sell it. Some states will let you sell it at an estate or garage sale. Oregon state will let you sell it in an estate sale and a garage sale. It's one of those things. So you really have to do your homework on ivory. Some animals you can't sell the bone from either. Again, that's another thing that you really got to do your homework on. But those games are highly collectible. They're beautiful, and I wouldn't know how to play that game if my life depended on it. But I could probably learn. I'm in Washington. I'm at the farm still. I may have a couple more months. We may be renting it back for a couple of months. We're waiting to hear from the lawyers. My brother is in no way going to be able to run his business and get everything moved out of here by the end of March. And I'm taking advantage of that by doing a little more at the new house than I had planned on doing. So that's a good thing too. Anyway, so we're still living here. I have technically till the end of March to move out, and I'm just waiting to hear back from the lawyer, from the people that bought it, to see how long they'll let us stay. And they've been super nice. So hopefully 2 or 3 more months, and then I might actually be able to have the shop built, and I won't have to rent a place to put my business. We'll see. Fingers crossed, right? Anyway, that's what I have for you guys tonight. It's a shorter show than normal. And wait. Come back sometime during the week or after this and put 2K or let's see. I gotta figure out how to do this. March is better for me next weekend for the play stuff. Okay. So I'm almost at 2,000 subs, and I have here, let me show it real quick. Have 3 of these sets. So 3 people are going to win this. Now, you don't have to be a reseller to enjoy it. Oh, I'm going to have a 3-bay garage with the upstairs in it. I'm not messing around, Danielle. So I have a Taylor kitchen scale, aka a postage scale. These are really nice. It's digital. It's got they're big, which is a lot bigger than the little digital scales. So you're going to get this. My favorite thing to give away, you guys, one blue IKEA bag, one off-white colored IKEA bag. They had new colors when I went over there. One leaf print IKEA bag. This is the bomb. This IKEA bag zips and you can wear it as a backpack. So you're going to get one of those. And then while I was in LA and we went to the Legoland, I thought of all you guys. So these are minifigs. I think you can only get them at Legoland right now. There is a bunny, a butterfly, and a flower. And the flower has a little teddy bear. That's what it's got in there, a little teddy bear. And then this set is Christmas. Got a little guy singing. You got Santa Claus. He must be in trouble. Santa Claus and a little elf. And the little elf has a bag of something. Oh, there, Santa turned around. Anyway, yeah. So IKEA is just across the bridge from me. It's right by the Portland airport. It's less than, I don't know, if there's no traffic. Speed limit 70 miles an hour. So it's about 20 minutes from me. And that's where I get all my storage bins at. Anyway, so I am giving away 3 sets of that right there. And got to think of, come back and leave a comment in the chat on this video, and you need to say 2K, 2 with the K, somehow, somewhere, somehow. And next week when we do this, I'll do the random comment generator, and I will have 3 of those of what my bladder's called LOL. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, so I have 3 sets of those, and that's what I'm giving away. You guys are going to have to pay the shipping, though. No, I'm just joking. And I don't care if you're from the United States, Canada, Russia. I don't care where you are. I'm going to ship it to you. Okay. All right. So I think I feel like I am, when I looked earlier, I was like 14 away from, where am I at? I'm at 1989. I'm 11. Is that right? Because I can math. I'm 11 away. I'm 11 away from 2K. Woo! That's pretty good. It rhymes. And I wouldn't be where I am without all of you wonderful people. So that's just my way of giving you guys back. Everything there is useful to you, whether you're a reseller or not. And if you're not a reseller and you don't collect these, I bet you have a grandchild or a kid that you can give them to. But these are definitely, and if they're 0 to 3, you can't give them to them. That's what they're saying right there. Thanks, Danielle. So I just thought those little minifigures were so cute, and I know people love minifigs. So that's kind of like my special treat to you guys. Because everybody loves a Lego, don't they? Doesn't everybody love a Lego, whether you're stepping on it or picking it up or giving it to somebody? I don't know. Anyway, I know a lot of people love Lego just to play with themselves and adults as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. I would have gotten you guys the IKEA rain hats, but they had one and it was on the floor in between all the bins. But I keep my eyes open for them. Next time I see them there, I'll buy a bunch. I sold some of those and they just, yes, Lego all day. That's right. What's up, Robert? Come back and leave 2K as a comment, and you can win a prize. You'll have to go back and read it. Gavin is half beaver. He ate my tablecloth. What? Well, Gavin shouldn't be having them. He's under 3. So there you go. All right. I'm out of here. You guys keep your eyes open for strategy games, for boxes, for little figurines, for games that are just different. We don't need rain. It was in the 50s today, which is odd. We don't need them here, but other people want them. I bought them before and was selling them for $19. They didn't last for very long. Love you guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you next Thursday for sure, but I will have a video out tomorrow on the house. All right. Talk to you later. Bye. Thanks, Robert.